Have you ever wondered why so many people hated Chris? Sure, he was the lovable protagonist on the hit TV show Everybody Hates Chris, but there's more to the story than meets the eye. In 2005, Chris Williams shot to fame as the lead character on the show, and he credits it for jumpstarting his career. But did you know that he was also one of the highest-paid child actors of all time, earning an impressive $250,000 per episode? That's enough to make anyone jealous. But success often comes with a price, and it seems like Chris Williams paid dearly for it. In a celebratory post on Instagram, he reflected on the show's 15th anniversary and expressed his gratitude for the opportunities it brought him and his co-stars. But perhaps there's more to the story that he's not telling us. So what really happened behind the scenes of Everybody Hates Chris? Stay tuned to find out the real reason why everyone hated Chris. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel now and get the latest updates. Let's start. You see, Tyler James Williams was one of the highest-paid child actors of all time. That's right, he was raking in an astonishing $250,000 per episode during his time on Everybody Hates Chris. While most kids his age were still struggling to earn an allowance, Williams was making more money than most adults could dream of. But as they say, money can't buy happiness, and in Williams' case, it seemed to have caused quite a bit of resentment from his co-stars and crew members. It's not hard to see why. When you're working on a TV show or movie, the cast and crew typically form a tight-knit community. They spend long hours together on set, share meals and laughs, and bond over their shared passion for storytelling. But when one person is making significantly more money than everyone else, it can create a sense of animosity and resentment. And that's exactly what happened on the set of Everybody Hates Chris. According to reports, Williams' massive salary caused tension between him and his co-stars, particularly Terry Crews, who played his father on the show. Crews reportedly felt that Williams was too young and inexperienced to be earning such a large paycheck, and he resented the fact that Williams was making more money than him despite being a relative newcomer to the industry. But it wasn't just the cast members who were unhappy with Williams' salary. Some crew members reportedly felt that he was taking advantage of his position and using his leverage to demand special treatment on set. One crew member even went so far as to say that Williams was difficult to work with and had a diva-like attitude at times. Of course, it's worth noting that Williams was just a kid at the time, and he likely didn't fully understand the impact that his salary was having on those around him. He was just happy to be a part of a successful TV show and to be earning such a large paycheck at such a young age. But the fact remains that his salary did cause some tension and resentment among his co-workers. Despite the behind-the-scenes drama, Everybody Hates Chris was a massive success, running for 4 seasons from 2005 to 2009 and totaling 88 episodes. And even though the show has been off the air for over a decade, it still remains popular in syndication. You can catch reruns of the show on Nick at Night, TNIC, TV1, Up, MTV2, VH1 BET, They Refuse, Bounce TV, and the Laugh Network. But what about Tyler James Williams? Well, it turns out that he's been keeping busy since his time on Everybody Hates Chris. He's continued to act in both TV shows and movies, and he's even branched out into other creative pursuits, like music and writing. And as for his net worth, according to Celebrity Net Worth, it's currently sitting at $5 million. According to The Hollywood Reporter, most actors on TV and cable network shows make between $15,000 and $20,000 per episode. So for Williams to be earning $250,000 per episode was truly remarkable. But his massive salary also created a sense of animosity on set, particularly from his co-star Terry Crews, who felt that Williams was too young and inexperienced to be earning such a large paycheck. Despite the behind-the-scenes drama, Everybody Hates Chris remains a beloved show that continues to be syndicated on multiple networks. In fact, Williams recently celebrated the show's 15th anniversary, taking to Instagram to thank the people he worked with during its production. 15 years ago, this little show premiered on a network that no longer exists. It kickstarted my and several other careers of very talented people. I'm forever grateful for that, Williams said in his post. While his time on Everybody Hates Chris may have been fraught with tension and drama, Williams' career has continued to thrive in the years since. He's appeared in movies like Dear White People and Detroit, and he's continued to act in TV shows like The Walking Dead and Whiskey Cavalier. But no matter what he does next, it's clear that his time on Everybody Hates Chris will always hold a special place in his heart. We're getting into some exciting stuff here, so if you're enjoying this video so far, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Before landing his breakthrough role in Everybody Hates Chris, Williams had already appeared in several TV shows and movies. He appeared as an extra on Saturday Night Live, starred in 10 episodes of Sesame Street, and lent his voice to the Nick Jr. series Little Bill. He even had a small role in the Law & Order Special Victim Unit before he was cast as Chris. Since his time on Everybody Hates Chris, Williams has continued to act in both TV shows and movies. He's made guest appearances on shows like The Walking Dead and Criminal Minds, Beyond Borders, and he had a starring role in the Netflix series Dear White People in 2014. In 2017, he appeared in the film Detroit, further cementing his status as a versatile actor who can excel in a variety of genres. But it's not just Williams' talent that's kept him in the public eye. It's also his friendly personality and ability to connect with other actors and creators. For example, his return to sitcom acting on Abbott Elementary was due to his friendship with creator and star Quinta Brunson. After his breakout role on Everybody Hates Chris, Tyler James Williams took a break from sitcom acting, focusing instead on drama and indie projects. It wasn't until his friend and collaborator Quinta Brunson approached him with the opportunity to star in Abbott Elementary that he decided to return to the world of network comedy. Now coming back to the show Everybody Hates Chris. This beloved sitcom ran for 4 seasons from 2005 to 2009, and it quickly became a fan favorite. Set in the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood of Brooklyn in the 1980s, the show focuses on the titular character, Chris, a teenage boy who struggles to navigate life in a largely Caucasian school and win the favor of his friends and family. Despite its title, Everybody Hates Chris was a beloved show that struck a nostalgic chord with audiences from the start. The 80s culture it portrayed and the mix of sharply observed humor and genuine tenderness between characters made it a standout sitcom that continues to resonate with fans to this day. After wrapping up its 4th season, the show continued to gain new fans worldwide through reruns and is considered a cult classic. Unlike some of the big-budget shows we see today, Everybody Hates Chris didn't have an unlimited amount of money to spend on production. This meant that the show's creators and cast had to work together to film episodes quickly and within budget, while still delivering the high-quality comedy and drama that fans had come to expect. For Tyler James Williams, who played the titular character Chris, this meant working long hours and pushing himself to finish each episode on time. But this sort of grueling work also made it difficult for Williams to remember specific instances or day-to-day happenings on set. In a Twitter thread he made to celebrate the show's 15-year anniversary, Williams admitted that in my memory bank, it's all one big episode. We only shot 4 seasons in 4 short years, 88 episodes. We were done by 2009. When Everybody Hates Chris was first in development, the showrunners knew they needed to find the perfect actor to play the titular character, a kid from a poor neighborhood in Brooklyn who's just starting his adolescent years. They launched a massive search for a child actor who could embody the right mix of humor and vulnerability. And after a long search, they found Tyler James Williams. When Tyler James Williams was cast as the lead character in Everybody Hates Chris, it was a huge opportunity for the young actor. At just 12 years old, Williams had already done some work on Sesame Street and had a few small acting roles under his belt. But Everybody Hates Chris was his big break, and suddenly he was the center of attention for a hyped news show that would go on to become a cultural phenomenon. As a child actor starring in Everybody Hates Chris, he was earning an impressive $250,000 per episode, according to Miss Mojo, making him one of the highest-paid child actors of all time. The show ran for 4 seasons from 2005 to 2009 and had a total of 88 episodes, with Williams' character Chris at the center of it all. For Williams, the success of the show was a career-defining moment that would jumpstart his acting career and open doors for him in the industry. And even now, 15 years after the show first premiered, Williams is grateful for the opportunities it brought him and the other talented people who worked on the series. As the saying goes, there's always someone who knows how to rain on parade, and the internet is no exception. Fans of Everybody Hates Chris recently took to social media to discuss the salary of Tyler James Williams, who played the lead character in the show. Some were impressed by his earning power, with one fan commenting on how his parents kept him grounded despite the fame and money. However, others were skeptical, with some questioning how Williams was only worth $5 million now, given he reportedly earned $250,000 per episode during his time on the show. Some fans pointed out that taxes and business expenses would have taken a significant chunk of Williams' earnings, while others suggested he may have had failed business ventures. Nevertheless, many fans expressed their admiration for Williams and his success, with one fan even predicting he was on track to retire worth at least $100 million. Regardless of the skepticism, it's clear that Everybody Hates Chris remains a beloved show, with fans still discussing it years after it went off the air. So, what do you think of Tyler James Williams' impressive career and net worth after his breakout role on Everybody Hates Chris? Are you surprised by his per-episode salary? And what do you think about the fans' reactions to his success? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.